with salmon underneath. That's just pretty good. Alright then.
Alright, Gibby.
Gilbert.
All the way from Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Welcome to your first ever episode of Two Guys, One Couch.
It was good, yeah.
Yeah, we decided that name last segment. We were just
Yeah, right now before we started talking, we're like, alright, so like, what the fuck?
So am I basically interviewing you guys then as like the casting couch?
something like that, yeah.
You're trying to get us both.
I bet. That's cool.
Do we work with the male talent now, or when does that happen?
Yeah. So stand up? Nah, looking at stand up, turn around, looking at
like this?
What does that mean? Damn, this shit looks so clear right now, but I know it on the other end it don't.
Yeah,
it's not bad though. Like it's really like it's decent.
Okay. Yeah, you look good. I like that shirt. Show it off for the crowd.
Oh yeah, show the camera, show the shirt.
Look at this shirt. That's
a fire shirt.
Break it down for us. Well, what are we looking at right here?
So basically, it's a Loteria card, obviously the Mexican bingo, and it's El Nino, which is AKA me, and then
show the bag, show the bag, show the bag.
GibTheKid.
I meant show that ass. Nah, I'm kidding.
G.
Soon.
My fault.
Oh yeah, we love the shirt, we love the socks, hat, and we love that you're fucking back.
Shout out Joe for the design on the Nino part here.
Yeah, I know how to use Photoshop, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, you do.
But
all right, but ladies and gentlemen,
we are back.
It is time. Today is Wednesday, September 7th, and tomorrow at 7:30, 7 p.m. 7:30.
I want to make sure that we get it right. 7:20 p.m.
Ooh, at 7
Central Time. It's 5:20 for Gib.
At 7:20 Central Time, 5:20 Pacific. We will finally have real live NFL football back.
Let's fucking go. And honestly, we are coming in with probably already the best game of the fucking season. We got, and I like the way that Yahoo Sports, of all people, worded it. The Rams are starting their title defense against the powerhouse Bills.
Yep.
So, you guys know what the fuck we do on this podcast. We're going to be doing pick'ems again. We're dropping the spread, because fuck the spread.
Yeah, fuck.
We're just going with what we know about the fucking sport of football. We're all still doing a lock of the week. And last year, Marco Guzman was our overall champion. He did great. I believe Gibby or me had the best lock ratio as one of the two. But either way, we prefaced it enough. Buffalo Bills versus the team that plays probably like an hour away from Gibby or less, something like that.
Yeah.
The LA fucking Rams. Who are you guys going with in week 1?
Gilbert, I shall give the mic to you because you're in LA. You're in Chile.
Yes, the game's probably already happened where he lives.
So, I'm going to go with the Rams, but I say this because it's the first game. In the long season, if this game was like week 10, then I'll give it to the Bills. But
Okay.
I think first game, the Rams win it. They're going to have their little ceremony in the beginning and shit, defending champs and shit. So I'm going to go with the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
No bias shit, though. Like I said.
Yeah. Nah, and it's a good pick, to be honest. I was very conflicted because I'm like, damn, this is a fucking great matchup. It's very even to start the season off. But with that said, I think I'm going to go with the Bills.
Buffalo
I'm
Bills.
going with Buffalo, man. Like, I love that fucking defense.
The defense is a lot better than people give them respect for. Because obviously, Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, that's like the highlight of it all. But that defense is legit. And as legit as that defense is, Marco, I'm having you go against the grain.
That's fine.
For very similar reasons that Gibbs said, that week 1 energy is different. Last year, we had Tampa Bay last-second dub over the Cowboys. I think we get something very similar this year.
I think it'll be a very close game.
That SoFi home love, that first game back at SoFi after the Super Bowl, because that's where they fucking played. I think it's just going to hit just a little bit different. And like
are they getting the... No, they already got their rings, no?
I don't know how that works in the NFL.
Yeah, they already got them, but I don't know. I think they got to drop a banner, right?
Yeah, they got to do something.
They have to do something.
So, I think just, the ceremony, that first game back, feeling that week 1, like Gibb said, if it's week 10, I have the Bills having the best record in the NFL. I'd probably give it to the Bills, but this is one of their losses. So, that was a very hard one. This one, I don't think will be, but I don't want to speak for anyone. First 12 o'clock game, Pittsburgh Steelers at the Cincinnati Bengals.
I'll go first or what?
I'll go first, and I'm going to start it off by saying, fuck you, Cincinnati, for making your tickets so expensive. We wanted to go see, listen to this, last year we saw Chiefs-Bengals on January 2nd, right?
Yeah.
This year, January 2nd's on a Monday, magically, the Monday night game that week's in Cincinnati, Buffalo at Cincinnati.
Ooh.
Last year we paid, what, like $140 for, like, row 10 tickets? And that's $140 after taxes.
Row 16 in the 100 section by the end zone.
By the end zone. And I'm talking $140 after taxes and shit.
Yeah.
Right now, it's $135 for 300 level tickets.
Damn.
And again, last year they were playing the Mahomes Chiefs, so it's not like, oh, they're playing a better opponent. It's like, no, y'all won a fucking division and jacked up the fucking prices. But December 24th, Bills at Bears.
Ooh.
200 levels, 200 section is, or 200, whatever fucking you call it, is like 120, and I might go to that. But even though fuck you for raising the prices, I'm going with the Bengals with ease.
I'm going with the Bengals too.
Yeah, I'm going with the Bengals. Who they?
I believe in. Nah, honestly, I only fucked with it because they were during the playoffs. But I fucking hate that chant though. Who they?
Yeah.
Who they say gonna beat them Bengals? No.
I didn't even like the Bengals until I saw them live.
Yeah, seeing Jamar go for over 200 yards was lit.
Jamar.
Especially one of them, we were waiting in the concession line, and he breaks off like a 70-yard tutty. Next game, I think it's an ugly one. Philly at Detroit. I'm going Philly.
Right up, Philly.
I'm going to go Philly.
All right, we don't have to explain that one too much. What the fuck? You saw that, right?
I saw that shit. I don't know what that was, but yeah.
I think Detroit's going to be better than they were last year, but they're not Philadelphia, especially with A.J. Brown. New England at the Miami Dolphins. Mark will lead it off. You get the next two.
I got Florida, Miami. MIA. I'm going to go MIA and MIA.
I'm going to go New England.
Oh, wow.
So, Gibby goes against the grain. I would love to go New England as a Patriots fan. Gib, you care to dive in on that? Any reason why, or just cuz?
Explain this blasphemy.
I don't think that... I don't know. I don't like the Dolphins. I don't like Tua. I just don't like them. And I think Bill Belichick's going to come in hot.
Okay. Much love for the coach. Only reason I'm going with it is they just have a lot of hype, Miami. So I feel like, you got to come out hot week one. And speaking of hot, the weather. Like, if the weather used to fuck with Tom Brady, like he used to lose in Miami all the time early in the season because it's just so fucking hot.
Yeah.
I don't think Mac Jones is going to do much better. But Gibby gets his first against the grain of the year. Remember, at some point, we need a lock of the week. I don't think any of us really planned ahead for this first week around, but
yeah, I'll probably wait to see it, and then I'll say my lock.
And again, speaking of locks of the week, we're not picking the obvious choices here. Speaking of the next one, Baltimore at the New York Jets. Marco.
I'm going with the Mof Hunter. JK, he's out. Go Lamar.
Wow, you almost went with the Jets there. I'm going with Baltimore, personally.
I'm going to go Baltimore as well. Trust. Without my Marquise, though.
Tough.
Hey, but he's in
Arizona. He's going to be wide receiver 1 for the first 6 weeks.
He's closer to Hollywood.
He is.
He is Hollywood.
All right. We already have our game of the week. The Jacksonville Jaguars at the Washington Commanders.
My God.
I don't want to go first.
Gabe, you want to go first? You want to leave this one for me?
Yeah, I'll go first. Ooh. Where's it at?
It's in Washington on that bum-ass field.
Terrible field. Hella injuries. Not a fan. I think... Oh, man.
What you thinking with that glorious
That's an ugly game.
It is an ugly game.
I'm going to go Washington.
Okay. Marco, you or me? I don't want to step on each other's feet here. Step on each other's toes. Like I said, this is the game of the week because this is just one of those that you can't predict.
It is just It's
weird. Do you have the spread there?
Do I have the spread?
-2.5 Washington.
-2.5 Washington.
That's disgusting.
I think I'm gonna go Washington too.
Okay.
Just because, like, I want to say, I think the Jaguars are gonna turn around a little bit this season.
Okay.
I'm not saying they're gonna be great. They're gonna get close to 500. I don't know if they'll get there. But I like Travis Etienne.
He's not my fantasy team, so fuck it.
I like Travis Etienne. I like, Lawrence.
I don't.
He's doing his
I
thing.
don't like that he's on my team, but
I'm not gonna say they're great, but they're just not gonna win yet. But I have promise for them.
So, my thing is, the way I look at Washington is everyone's like, oh, Washington was so good last year, and they got an improvement at quarterback. I get it. Carson Wentz is better than Heineke. But my thing is, Carson Wentz barely won. He didn't even make the playoffs last year with Jonathan Taylor and the Colts defense, which is just as good, if not better, than Washington's. So, I'm going Jacksonville.
Wow.
On the basis that Washington has no running game right now. They have Antonio Gibby.
Gibby.
Did you know Antonio Gibson's nickname is Gibby?
I did not know that.
I saw that like a couple times on TikTok, and I was like, who's Gibby? And then I looked it up, and it's Antonio Gibson.
Mm.
They have a running back who got fucking shot.
Yeah.
I mean, thank God the dude's good.
Have you seen that clip on like Twitter of the draft?
Funniest shit was on our draft night. Remember, we were like, Miguel has 3 quarterbacks and a motherfucker who got shot.
Yeah.
And then, so they're starting running back right now. I was like, what, J.D. McKissick?
Yeah. But J.D. McKissick, like, he could do his thing.
Yeah. You know who Carson Wentz had last year? Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah. But I mean, he has to determine.
Jacksonville's not going to win many games. This is one of them that they do.
I don't think they will.
You know what? It's my pick.
Against
so
the grain.
you.
Now we all have one against the grain.
Cleveland Browns at the Carolina Panthers. Gibby, as a Baker Mayfield fan, go ahead.
Hey, man. There's a lot of reasons why I'm going to pick them. Until Deshaun Watson's back, I don't like the Browns. There's a lot of reasons. Some reasons I don't want to say. But I'm going with Baker. OU, baby.
OU. He's going with the Carolina Panthers. For me, like Gibby said, until Deshaun Watson comes back, the Browns are one of the worst teams in the NFL. IMO. I get it. Nick Chubb's a dog. Kareem Hunt's a dog. Defense is lit. It's not enough for me.
Boo,
and
the defense.
They need a leader.
Baker is going to fucking torch them. I by no means think Baker's good. He's going to fucking torch them.
You think he's actually going to, like, fuck them up,
You know what? I think every single quarterback who's playing their old team this week is going to fuck them up.
You think so? Because, like, look, this is the one game where I'm like, look, either Baker Mayfield goes off or he's going to just have an average game.
I think he goes off.
All right. Well, either way, I'm going with Carolina.
I think he starts off slow, but he goes off. Carolina?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're starting the next one because...
Indy.
He read the screen.
Yeah.
Indianapolis at the Houston Texans.
Jonathan Taylor, JT. City Girl JT.
I'm going to rock with the Colts, too.
Yeah, I mean, that one for me is relatively easily. I think Houston...
And I was thinking, I'm going to just add this there that they should definitely be a team we look out for ticket-wise, you know?
Oh, Indy.
Indy?
Yeah, I'd be down.
Yeah, I'd be down for Indy.
That's actually not bad. We got to look at that.
Yeah,
now Cincinnati switched up on that, so.
Yeah, for real. Watch, we're going to go to Indy. They're going to win their division. Next thing you know, we go there next year. It's like $300. Now, they got a big-ass stadium, though.
We got to go to a Bears game then.
Yeah.
They can win.
Speaking of the Bears, they start off the season against Trey Lance and the 49ers. Marco, as the only non-Bears fan in the room, you're starting it off again.
Well, I'm going with the 49ers. Like I was just telling you earlier today, the Bears just are still one of the worst teams in the league. Like they got, I love Justin Fields. But I don't think they've done enough to help his fucking situation.
Okay.
Joe?
I'm playing against Trey Lance and Deebo Samuel in fantasy. I am a Bears fan who respects their defense against a rookie quarterback. And just because it's week 1 on Lakeshore Drive in Chicago...
No way.
I'm going with the team that sits above your head.
No way.
I'm going with the Chicago Bears. I think San Francisco is going to be good this year. I don't think they start off hot.
But that defense is fire. They're going to be lit.
The defense is fire. I get it. But are they really that fire?
Well, they're better than the Bears, for sure.
Okay. I think Trey Lance gets his ass eaten this weekend. In a bad way.
Just like that first game, it's week 1, baby. and I think the Bears are gonna win, and it's gonna come down to the last fucking play.
Wow.
But I got Chirac.
Okay.
Crazy. Y'all
Again,
crazy.
there could be some.
For the city.
Y'all some
Hey,
dick
but
runners.
I
Y'all some Bears
said,
dick
for the
runners.
first game. If it's week 10, it's a different story.
Yeah, if it's week 10, if it's in San Francisco, it's a different story. Either way,
That is
one of
true.
the two. Speaking of worse teams being the host to better teams, the New Orleans Saints at the Atlanta Falcons, which weirdly enough on the internet is a lot closer a game than I thought it was.
Yes.
In my opinion, I'll go first. I like the Saints a lot this year. I think people they fuck with Jameis Winston too much. He's a really good quarterback, especially with all the weapons he has this year. I think New Orleans has a pretty fucking good year, and they fuck the shit out of the Falcons.
Facts. Times 2.
I'm going to go with the Saints as well. Slept down.
Slept on for sure. That speaking of good defenses, the Saints are them.
Alvin Kamara's my guy
That's
too.
Medity.
Yeah. All right, Gib, the 3 o'clock games, or for you, 1 o'clock, which is wild to say. Your team, the Giants, go to Tennessee to take on my fantasy RB1, Derrick Henry. Who you got?
Don't be crazy. Don't be crazy.
He gets to make whatever decision he makes.
Don't do it. I can see
You know, my guys on that team, you know what I'm saying? Big fan. I got a jacket. Where's it at again?
At Tennessee.
At Tennessee.
At Tennessee. You know what? It's going to be one of those ugly games where the sun's out. I hate those games. Tennessee. Tennessee's going to win, though.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
So we're going clean sweep here?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Tennessee is gonna
One thing that I will
fuck up
say,
the Giants.
I think the Giants are bottom tier team, and I don't think the Tennessee Titans are as good as they were.
I agree.
I think they're going to have a drop off this year. I don't think they make the playoffs.
I can see them being like 10
Colts are
and-
winning the division.
I can see them being like 10-7 though, and
I'm
making
going to bring y'all with it. We're
Okay.
mobile with it. Keep going.
All right, so this one I technically know mine and Gibby's answer already, and I know Marco's answer already. Gibby, Green Bay at Minnesota. Wait, I'm sorry. Minnesota! I'll start it off since Gibby's walking and Marco is a Green Bay Packer fan.
Go Pack and Glow.
You have to make week 1 decisions for what they are.
Yep.
Last year, the New Orleans Saints deep-dicked the Packers. It was ugly.
Yes, it was.
I think anytime Aaron Rodgers has a big offseason, it usually leads to some rocky starts. And I think Green Bay does have a recession this year, especially without, Tay-Tay. Defense is stellar.
And Alan Lazard might be out for the first game.
Defense is stellar. Don't get it twisted.
Dog.
But Minnesota's going to score points on whatever team they fucking play. And I think it's not going to be a pretty win, but they're going to score enough that Green Bay can't catch up. I'm going the Vikings. I'm going Minnesota.
Nah, I'm going with the boys up there. I'm going to be using that green to celebrate the green. Damn, I studied hard as hell there. But shout out the Packers. They're gonna win. Like, it's just, I know, especially, I'm gonna tell you why too, because people forget about our run game. We got Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon. I understand they have Dalvin Cook, but they cannot stop our 2 running backs either. And I think Aaron Rodgers is one of the greatest QBs of all time, and so he's gonna help us find a way to beat the Vikings like we always do.
Winners win.
Winners win.
Okay.
Ayahuasca.
Gib, are you sticking to your prediction from last night, or you switch it up?
If I'm going to be 100% honest, I don't remember what I said yesterday.
So last night you said that Minnesota was going to win. Do you still agree with that? Because
Where's
this
it
is,
at again?
huh?
Where's it at again?
Minnesota.
In Minnesota. And it's really fucked Marco. So I'm going to go Vikings.
Wow.
All right, so Marco now has 3 against the Grains, 2 of them involving NFC North teams.
Is that what they do?
Skull.
They're
have
going
a
to
lot
do
of
that. It's going to be a Justin Jefferson crazy touchdown at the end to win the game.
That'd be sick.
Nah, Jair Alexander's gonna lock his ass up.
These next, definitely the next 2, but the next 3 are very interesting games to predict. First one we're going to start with is Kansas City at the Arizona Cardinals.
Since you guys have seen them play live, one of you guys go first.
Give me or you.
The city or the Arizona. You go ahead.
All right, so roster-wise, I like Arizona better. If I'm like right now, if I'm playing Madden, I'm probably taking Arizona. My thing is though, is what you were saying about Aaron Rodgers. Winners win. Mahomes has been, first off, Brittany and Jackson have been pissing him off.
Yep.
And just like the way the media has been downing the Chiefs this year, I think they come out like balls blazing, fucking backs against the wall. Like we're gonna see a Mahomes that we haven't like seen yet, because he's got to prove himself now.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy as much as Mahomes has proven himself as one of the greatest already. Yeah. He's got to come out and be like, I don't got my deep weapon. Now let me show you that I do this quarterback shit. I'm going Mahomes over Murray, and for that reason, Kansas City over Arizona. Especially without D-Hop. Forgot to add that little.
But they got Hollywood Brown now.
They got Hollywood Brown, but
James Conner is gonna be. I mean, he was running back 1 last year, but look at my boy got the lights on. This one's tough for me.
No, this is a very hard.
Well, what do you think, Gib?
I'm gonna go with the Chiefs, like Joe said. Yeah, I think Mahomes is different this year for sure. I know he's great, but last year was like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I think that, and then they don't have D-Hop, so fuck it. That team's not it's a week 1 thing.
I think because I like Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and I think he's gonna be an underrated X factor in this game, as he's gonna be an underrated X factor in that Kansas City offense. Now that Tyreek is gone, I'm going with Kansas too.
Oh.
Kansas City too.
I honestly wasn't expecting a clean sweep for Kansas City.
I was debating with Arizona.
That's a hard one though. I was looking at it for a minute, which is why I had an answer right away.
I'm going with KC.
All right, this one doesn't get any easier considering it was literally the last regular season game last year. The Las Vegas Raiders, who Gibby has fallen in love with because of Madden 23, on PS5, the boys upgraded. They're going to LA, of all places, to take on the Los Angeles Chargers. So Gibby, as a pseudo Las Vegas fan and a LA resident, are you going with the Chargers? And I have to do this for the first time since we're back. Or are you going with the Raiders?
Man, that's tough. That was a good-ass game last year.
Oh, insane.
I know what I was doing that game. It's one of those.
What were you doing?
I think. Yeah. yeah. Background team, but.
The look. The look. TCU, baby. Who you got?
Nah, but for real, be for real. I think, man, I'm gonna go with the Raiders. Fuck it.
The Raiders. Oh man, this is
Devontae Adams, 100+ yard game.
Cooking them.
Yeah, Devontae Adams is my guy. I'm going with Vegas too.
The Vegas Raiders.
I think I believe in that Derek Carr, because I've always thought Derek Carr is a good quarterback. Like he has the potential to be one of the better quarterbacks in the league. I've always fucked with him. He's got weapons now. They got their shit. Hopefully now that John Gruden's out and they got all that fucking shit out. Slide.
How about you, Joe Long? What's up?
I love Devontae Adams. He's my number 1 wide receiver in the NFL in terms of skill. I like Derek Carr more than your average person.
Yeah.
I don't fuck with Josh Jacobs. I don't.
Josh Jacobs.
Why?
I think he's just so overrated. It's just one of those. I know you fuck with him in Madden. I get it. Hunter Renfrow, he's putting on for the white boys. Can't hate on him. Him and Cooper Kupp keeping us alive. Darren Waller, dog. but I don't think the Raiders' defense is where the Chargers' defense is, and that's why I'm going with the LA Chargers, simply because Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa coming off the line, scary.
Yeah.
And
fire team in Madden.
yeah, and as much as I don't think anybody could ever lock up Devontae Adams, J.C. Jackson's one of the better corners in the league, and he's gonna make some plays. So
Devontae's still gonna go for.
he's gonna go for fucking
over 90. Over 90.
He's gonna go for over 100.
Week 1 though, too, for real.
Yeah, week 1 shit just happens. So I'm gonna ride with the Chargers because they have just as good of an offense and a better defense. Fuck it, I'm just going off paper here. I'm doing the opposite of what I did for the Arizona KC game. I don't give a fuck. That brings us to Sunday Night Football, a replay of the first game of the season last year. We have my GOAT, the GOAT, and my fantasy quarterback one more time before he heads out. Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the former team of the Ninos. I don't know if that's still the team of the Ninos. I can't speak sometimes. The Dallas Cowboys. I was gonna say the Dakota Cowboys because Dakota Prescott. So Gibby, Tampa Bay Buccaneers or the Dakota Cowboys?
Man, oh man. Well, I think I'm gonna be the first one of the show to bring out my lock of the week.
Oh,
okay.
I'll submit that right now. And the tables have turned, Joe. I'm going with Brady to whoop that ass. The Cowboys are gonna get fucked up. It's not even gonna be a close game like last year. And yeah, I think Brady's gonna have a great year.
Okay,
wow.
I like
think
that.
he's coming in hot.
Gibby.
So that's my lock of the week. Brady and the boys.
I love to hear that, especially like I said, as a Brady fan and fantasy owner. Pick a color though. I'm gonna give you a color in the spreadsheet. What color do you want?
Blue.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Just that.
You already had that shit on blue.
I'm gonna make it a lighter blue though. Okay. Marco.
I was gonna go with Tampa Bay too. I was actually surprised. I thought Gibby was gonna go against the grain there.
That's why it shocked me when he brought out the lock of the week. Because, again, it's in Dallas. I don't know if he was doing that week 1 shit, but I'm obviously going TB, as in Tom Brady.
CD's going to have a good game, though.
Yeah. I mean, I hope he gets, 17 targets. I'm okay with that.
Uh-huh.
I would love to see Jalen Tolbert get some action. I think he could be a good asset for the Cowboys this year. But, yeah, I think the Cowboys have a lot to work on, and I think this season, Trayvon Diggs gets exposed. Yes. I think he gives up the same amount of yards, but gets half the picks, and everyone's like, "Oh, he's officially trash." Yeah. Not trash, but
I'd like to see him get. I honestly don't even see him getting more than 4 or 5 picks on the season.
Because the problem with him is that when you give up that many yards, motherfuckers are going to target you.
Yeah.
So you're going to get picks.
Yeah.
But either way. We're going to go from my favorite quarterback to one of Gibby's favorite with the new team, Broncos country. Let's ride. The Denver Broncos go back to where Russell Wilson made a legend for himself in Seattle. At CenturyLink Field, Gibby, are you going with the new Denver Broncos or the Geno Smith-led Seattle Seahawks?
Man, that was going to be my lock, low-key, my first one.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, you know what? They're going to think I'm going to say Dallas or whatever. Let's go past that. I'm going to go with Let's Ride with Danger Russ because it's going to get dangerous. Geno Smith.
Yes, sir.
I like that.
I'll ride that.
You're in the kitchen? You're letting Russ cook?
Mm-hmm. I'm letting Russ cook. I think he has the weapons.
Yeah,
Sierra's
personally.
going to be looking all good in the sidelines.
Personally, I have the Seattle Seahawks as the worst team in the NFL.
I agree.
I think they have nothing going for them. Rashad Penny. Good talent. He's going to be available for 6 weeks before he gets hurt. They have no one else on offense, really, except DK Metcalf, who needs someone to throw him a ball.
Yeah.
And their defense, name one person on their defense.
They can't.
Okay.
Cam Chancellor? Looking at...
I love that team. That's one of my favorite teams.
LOB.
That was a good era.
Legion of Boom. Hell yeah. Marshawn.
All right, so that leaves Marco with Against the Grains for Buffalo beating the Rams. San Francisco beating the Bears. The Green Bay Packers taking down the Vikings. Everything else is the same. Gibby's one Against the Grain is picking New England over the Miami Dolphins, I believe. Let me just triple check on that before I make a fucking statement that's wrong. And then my Against the Grain is Jacksonville beating the Washington Commanders. And the Chargers beating, yeah, righty.
Wow. Well,
so, Marco, that leaves us to have to pick our 2 locks of the week. And when you pick your lock, please give me a color.
That's all right. But we're going to ride with purple, first and foremost, because purple's that color.
Because the Vikings are winning this week, right?
No. And my lock of the week, for as much as I give Jason Langer shit about the Miami Dolphins, they're beating the Patriots week 1. They're beating the Patriots week 1.
So an against the grain for Gibby is a lock of the week for Marco. And you know what? Fuck both of them, because my lock of the week is Jacksonville over the Washington Commanders.
Crazy.
And I'm going orange because...
Champaign?
Yeah. Easy money. So our locks of the week are Miami beating the New England Patriots, Marco's. Tampa Bay demolishing the Dallas Cowboys, Gibby's.
Yep.
And mine is Jacksonville upsetting Washington, but I call it a lock, baby. So that is our week 1 predictions. Anything that you guys, any storylines you guys want to talk about in the NFL that is not prediction based, or do we want to go into fantasy?
Ooh. One thing I do gotta say is I'm probably gonna head out like 9:55.
Okay, so we got about 10 minutes.
Yes.
So, do we do a fantasy preview, or do we use the draft from last week as ours?
What do you mean?
We recorded the draft.
Oh, nah. Let's do a fantasy preview. Preview.
So, Gibby, real quick, I'm going to read your team, and we're going to talk about your team for a couple minutes. Then we're going to do the same with each one of ours.
Cool.
So, Gibby's first pick is the guy who has the best... Come on, don't do this to me. I got an advertisement.
Wait,
Hold
you
up.
got an advertisement while playing, like just opening up fantasy?
I didn't even know they did that. I use the app all the time. I hardly ever use the laptop.
That's crazy.
But here we are. Shout out to Nat Geo for fucking us up. Pay me, bitch. But either way... Gibby gets the guy with the best gritty in the NFL as his first overall pick, Jamar Chase. He takes his dude Marquise Brown, and in my opinion, a very high-value receiver at Rashad Bateman for his flex. Those are his 3 starting wide receivers. He's got Travis Kelce, another one of his boys at tight end, Antonio Gibby, and James Conner at running backs. Joe Brrr as his quarterback to stack with Jamar. And then defense and kicker, which doesn't mean too much. He has the Bucks against Dallas, lock of the week. And Harrison Butker against the Cardinals. Gib, how do you feel about your team? And then me and Marco will give a couple points on it.
I think it's a team that is very similar to other years. I got some players that I had either last year or 2 years ago. So I don't know. It's just players I like, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm always go by that. Mm-hmm. And players I think that'll get the ball the most and stuff like that. And I wanted one connection this year, and that was Joe Burrow and Jamar.
It's always good. It's always a good. Like last year, I had.
But I say my running backs. That's where I lack.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we'll see that in the future somewhere else. I'm saying.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, of course, with all respect and love, your team. Wide receiver wise, because this year is the weakest I went on wide receivers ever in my life. When I look at your wide receiver room, a little jealous because, again, Jamar, Marquise, Rashad are starting. Yep. You got Ayuk, George Pickens, Jarvis Landry on the bench. Yeah. So, in my opinion, you got 6 people worthy of a start by the time it hits fucking week 6. Mm-hmm. Jarvis, we got to see what he does, but he's talented as shit.
Yeah. But yeah, running back.
If James Conner stays healthy. I think all you got to do is work on an RB2 because, in my opinion, and this has been my whole life, I've never trusted Antonio Gibson. I just think there's too much going on in Washington, and I don't fuck with Washington. This year, especially with Wentz, he's going to be like the new Miles Sanders. Like, I don't really fuck with that.
Oh, but see, like...
And can you really trust... And can you really trust a guy with a nickname Gibby? Like, come on.
That's true.
Well, I don't know.
Fuck
I think...
those dudes.
Look, I agree with you. I think historically, I don't give Antonio Gibson enough love, but I think this year's... I think he's going to have a bit of a career year for himself.
Okay.
He's not. It's obviously not going to be great, but I think he gets close to like 1,000 yards, maybe even breaks it.
I think he had 1,000 last year.
Yeah. So I think he's going to keep building on that. Like he's going to be a good running back.
Okay. So what are your comments for Gibbs' team?
I mean, I was just going to say the running backs. To be honest, I love Rashad Bateman. I wanted to take him.
That's
and
a
then
fire.
You took
That's a
him
fire
one. Honestly, I mean, we already covered everything else. I was just gonna say the running backs.
All right. Well, since you didn't really get to say too much, we will let you talk about your team. You have the QB1 of the last 2 seasons, Josh Allen. You got a very strong RB1 in Delvin Cook, and then you drop to your guy Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who we talked about a little bit before. Sedarius Lamb and Ajarius Brown are your are wide receiver 1 and wide receiver 2. Very NFC East heavy, which is smart because they have trash-ass secondaries in that division. You took my guy, Zach Ertz. Zach Ertz for me. My team name before the season started was My Ball Zach Ertz.
Let me rub
But
it.
he took him. Huh?
Pause. What?
What'd you say?
I ain't say shit.
Then you got somehow Chris Godwin at the flex. Again, not sure when he's going to be fully ready to go, but Packers defense, phenomenal defense this year. Justin Tucker, best kicker in football. That's your starting lineup. What do you got to say about it?
So look, what I'll say right now is I love my team. I love it top to bottom, and I'll love it even more dependent on what happens with Chris Godwin. If Chris Godwin makes a full recovery, I believe in his talent. I believe in the guy. I think he's having a fire year, especially with Tom Brady throwing to him. Obviously, he's just got to stay healthy, and we always wish for good health. So if Chris Godwin stays healthy, I think I have one of the better wide receiver trios in the league as well with Chris Godwin. And then, yeah, I mean, Rashad Penny, I have him on my bench. He's running back 1 in Seattle. If he stays healthy, again.
He was like RB3 in the last 5 weeks of the season last year. So
Exactly. I don't know, man. I fuck with the squad. I like this shit. I got Kenneth Gainwell on the bench because Miles Sanders is, we were just talking about Antonio Gibson made that comparison with Miles Sanders. If something happens to Miles Sanders, Kenneth Gainwell's going to get the ball, and I think he's going to,
I get you.
do his thing.
Gib, your comments on Marco's team?
He stole CeeDee Lamb. Piece of shit for that. But yeah, I like the team. You got AJ Brown, right? You said?
Yes, sir.
AJ Brown, fire. I think Jalen Hurts is gonna snap this year, so I think you're decent. I like that team.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Godwin scares me a little bit, but you got Renfro as a potential flex, Rashad Penny as a potential flex, Gainwell as a potential flex, and you even got Irv Smith in case something happens to Zach Ertz. Yeah. I liked Irv Smith last year. I just didn't pick him because I have, the GOAT of tight ends right now. Not the GOAT, but elite company for tight end. But I would say that right now your biggest scare is that tight end flex spots. And if they do what they're supposed to, you're probably going to be a league winner this year because your team... Okay, so I'm at the point in the season right now where I don't really fuck with my team. And I don't know why. This happens before every year starts.
Yeah, I want to say you do this every year.
I do it every year where it's like, I always know where the flaws are. And when I look at it, I always look... Right now I'm looking at 2 players and I'm scared as fuck about them. So, my team at quarterback, I waited on a quarterback a little longer than usual this year. And I took my boy Tom Brady. That was a culture pick. I had to make sure I had my boy one more time before he headed out. I had the 4th overall pick, which is the earliest I've ever picked. Took Derrick Henry. Travis Etienne is my RB2. Keenan Allen, a guy that I don't think gets enough respect, wide receiver 1. Gabriel Davis is my flex, but right now I have him at wide receiver 2 because you never put someone playing on Thursday night in your flex. Promise. Tight end, Mark Andrews. Come on now. Right on my flex, but using my wide receiver 2, Brandon Cooks, and then Panthers defense, because I stream my defenses, and kicker Tyler Bass. I went very much so risk heavy this year. So my team right now is scary to look at because usually I go with guys that I know are just dogs. But this year I'm like, fuck it. I'm tired of missing out on those home run hitters, and I'm going to take a risk. So I went with Gabriel Davis because I love Josh Allen. He does too. I went with Brandon Cooks, and that to me was a safer pick than Gabriel Davis. But it's funny to me because even though he's safer, he's the one who scares me with Travis Etienne.
Well, I was going to say, I think Gabriel Davis is safer over Brandon Cooks because who's throwing the ball to Brandon Cooks?
A lot of people said that too. It's Josh Allen versus Davis Mills.
Exactly. And like Gabriel Davis is wide receiver 2. Stephon Diggs is going to get a lot of attention. Gabe Davis is going to do his thing. I'm not going to say he's going to be one of the best receivers, one of the better receivers, because he also is a rookie or second year. Second year. Third year? I don't know. But I think he's going to be a good receiver. I like him. Travis Etienne, I love the pick. I loved it until James Robinson is now back.
I didn't like it when I made it.
I liked it.
He was the best back on the board, but I didn't like it when I made it.
You always got to make picks that you like.
Yeah. Gib, any comments on my team?
I like the Gabriel Davis for sure. And I like Tom Brady. I think he's going to snap for sure.
Yeah, I hope Tom Brady goes off because I had Deshaun Watson, Patrick Mahomes, and Josh Allen my last 3 years. So I'm used to having very good fantasy quarterbacks. But the reason this is what we'll close on because I know Marco's got to go in a second here is I went very, again, risk heavy. So a lot of my team's potential is actually on the bench right now. Got Dameon Pierce, who was named RB1 in Houston officially. So I think that's going to be a nice one because I really have no running back depth. If ETN gets taken over or Derrick Henry gets hurt, I'm fucked. Bobby Trees, another culture pick. I like it. You know, Tennessee needs to throw the ball to someone. Sky Moore could be the ting in Kansas to overtake or to replace Tyreek.
Yeah.
Russell Gage is just because I had Brady. Tyler Algier because he could be the RB1. Jalen Tolbert, my guy. And then Nico Collins is my safety in case Brandon Cooks gets hurt. The only reason I did that is because I'm so worried about Brandon Cooks getting hurt.
Maybe. We don't know. I just don't think I could trust any Houston wide receiver.
My thing is one Houston wide receiver is always going to be decent, and right now it's Brandon Cooks. The second Brandon Cooks goes on, it's Nico Collins. But, yes, I have 3 Houston Texans on my team, which scares the fuck out of me.
Jeez.
But I believe we all have winnable games this week. I'm taking on Jason. Mm-hmm. You're taking on Carlos. And Gibbs taking on Elkin. All 3 of us made the playoffs last year. All 3 of them did not. And hopefully that continues this season.
Yeah.
So,
big dubs.
Marco, you're about to walk across the street. Gibby, you're probably going to turn off the laptop and hop in the same party I am. Any closing remarks for our fans back home tuning into the first episode of 2 Guys, 1 Couch?
And the Gib.
2 guys, 1 couch. Let's ride.
Let's ride. I like that.
All right, let's see it, baby.
All right, so thank you very much.
Deuces.
Gibby, you have a fantastic night. I will see you on the microphone.
I'll see you soon.
Really? All right. We're cutting that there.
See you, boy.
We're ending at the moan.